All right, y'all. So when you're lean, your standards change. Not only do your standards change, your opportunities in life change. Now, brief summary about me. I worked in the armed guard field as an armed guard, security. I've done security for all different types of events. I had to be security for artists um, during performances, all the way down to athletes. Um, I've done a lot of different types of things in security, but before that, there was once a time where I was in security, and then briefly for a moment, I switched and I wanted to pursue law enforcement. So I got hired by an agency. I got hired by a police department, went into academy, and then I failed out of academy about maybe 2 or 3 weeks for graduation. I got pulled by the department. Right now, it was because I wasn't as proficient in the things I should have been proficient in. But the irony of this is, when I was going through that whole transition, I absolutely was not in the best shape of my life at that time. Now, I said that to say this, fellas. If I was in the best shape of my life at the time, would my skill set have been better? Not necessarily, but my mind shift would have been way more better. Because one thing about me, when I was going through academy, we were doing all types of rigorous training day in, day out. It was hot, it was during the summer. I was having body pains, I was having knee aches, you know, the things that I wanted to fulfill to my best ability, I truly couldn't, right? Which resulted in me, you know, failing out of the academy. But what I took from that, guys, was not that I'm not good enough. I took it as a chance to change my mindset and say, hey, look, I gotta improve in general in life, right? After the academy, I went and became an armed guard. Before that, I was just working regular security. I went and became an armed guard. And that put me to different positions where I became a shift lead. And I ended up working at events for celebrities. I ended up doing armed guard stuff all around different areas, different boroughs of the city, uh, different cities, all types of stuff, right? Which was great, great. Now, I say that to say, in the field of doing anything where it requires physicality, where it requires presence, respect, the physique matters the most. It really does. Because guess what? When you have a lean physique, your presence speaks for itself. You have command presence in itself. People respect you when you walk into a room. People see you and they say, "Okay, we don't want to test this guy." Or if I try to run from him, if I do something to try to run from this guy, he can probably get me. He can probably chase me down. He might be strong enough to take me down right away. Right? All this stuff matters, y'all. Because like I said, when that transition came from when I came out of the academy, I was not fit at all. I was 60 pounds overweight. That was probably the heaviest I've ever been since middle school. I was a chubby boy growing up, got lean in high school, maintained it all the way until we'll say back until like right before I went into academy, then I went off track. You know what I'm saying? A lot of studying, early mornings. You would think I would be leaning out, but I wasn't. My eating habits were bad. I was eating late at night. You know what I'm saying? So I let myself go in that perspective, and then it got to a point, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. It got to a point where I said, I'm tired of the knee aches, the knee pains. I'm tired of having to go shop for new clothes because they don't look right. I'm tired of not being able to fit into the clothes I was wearing before. I'm tired of, and the thing is, guys, here's the thing. I was still working out, but the problem was I wasn't tracking calories, right? That's a different story for another video. So I'm telling you guys, what comes with getting lean is that you have a shift in mindset. Your mindset's gonna shift, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna make no more excuse. Oh, I don't feel like it. You're gonna be like, well, I have this lean physique. I look good. Why not embark on this and keep it going? Because you're gonna go outside and you're gonna look at everyone else, right? And in America, we can say that 80% of the population is not lean. 80 to 90% of the population is overweight, obese. It's not the same. There's other countries where walking is always a thing. Being physical is always a thing. America, bottom of the list when it comes to seeing that lean physique. That lifestyle is promoted when you go to McDonald's. You see 50, 60 people in the line, right? So your mindset changes when you become lean, y'all. You look around, you see everyone else. You're not to say you're better than anyone else. It's just you see that these bad habits are enforced by societal pressures, right? They want you to be overweight. They want you to be unhealthy. Y'all, having a lean physique and being fit and in shape is the key to not only better business opportunities, better presence, more respect. It's the key, y'all. Truly, right? And when you have a lean physique, your standards change. There's just things you're not gonna do, right? Right? When I was out of shape, I was going out. I was hanging out with friends, right? I lost certain friend groups of people because I wasn't gonna. I don't go out no more. I wasn't gonna drink anymore. You know, I stopped drinking, right? I didn't drink that much leading up to that point, anyways. But in general, it was like that was just a non-negotiable for me, right? Because it doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't help you reach your goals. A lot your mindset changes, y'all. The people you hang around or that you associate with, that automatically changes. If it does not fit into your narrative of what you know you need to do to remain the top 20%, 10%, you're going to do that. That's going to become more important to you. That's going to be your identity shift. So I said that to say, y'all, when you get that lean physique, your levels going to go up, your standards are going to go up, your identity shift is going to happen, and you're going to get a new level of mental clarity that's going to set you apart from other people. And with that new mental clarity that you get, it's going to set you apart from the crowd. It's going to give you better opportunities. It's going to give you um, everything you're going to do is going to be enhanced by your physicality, enhanced by you being fit, being in shape. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get late 20s, um, 30s, right? I'm in my late 20s. Once you get, you're going to definitely stand out from the crowd of your average person. And that's going to be the most important thing you can do. Because guess what? When you start hitting the higher ages, 40s, 50s, and you're in shape, now you come down to being the top 5% or 4% in your age group. It's always going to be imperative to stand out when you have that lean physique, to stand out from the crowd, and most importantly, just to be overall in better shape than everyone else around you, because that's what's going to give you the opportunities in life to advance further. All right, y'all. Until next time.